Hi there, Karen with Ageless Beauty Pro, and today I'm going to talk to you about microneedling and micropens and the different levels that you could potentially use to regenerate your collagen. Because as I've said before, I'm really a big fan of boosting my own collagen, sort of owning my own collagen. So I'm not going and running and getting a bunch of fillers and things. I don't have anything against fillers. I think used in a small amount, they can be wonderful. And if you really work on your skin and you're really boosting your own collagen, you may not need them at all, or you may need a lot less or less frequently. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is one level that you can start with. If you're a total newbie and the idea of running needles through your skin is just something that doesn't sound great, which I was with you when before I started doing this, I was kind of like, that is funky. I don't know about that. But that was years ago. Now I'm fully on board, because what this does is, and I'm going to talk in very basic terms here. This is a very popular subject, so you may have seen a lot of other videos or know a lot more than this, but I'm just going to give you a brief overview and my take, and I'm going to tell you kind of what's worked and what hasn't worked for me. Now, when you use a microneedle, what you're doing is you're essentially creating micro perforations with tiny little needles. You're creating those perforations in your skin. That perforation is a wound. You're essentially wounding your skin, which is causing your body to produce a reaction, and that reaction is going to help boost collagen induction, collagen synthesis. Now, it also can help when you create those micro perforations. They're like little holes, and product can penetrate those as well. There are some cases where that's good, some cases where it's bad. So I'm going to go over that as well. Now I'm going to talk to you about level 1 on dermarolling or using anything like this. If you are completely new to this, or you are just thinking about it, or if you actually are dermarolling but you want something for convenience, I'm going to cover these pens, which are kind of a new thing in microneedling. They're not new, but it's got the product infused right in there. So what you're going to do is you're going to pump it like that, and you can see there's a little lotion that comes out, and then that just kind of rolls over your skin while the microneedle penetrates. Now these are incredibly light microneedling products. They're not, going to give you a lot of collagen boosting benefit, but they are going to help regenerate and boost a little bit. And that the serums included are really nice. I really like them. They have one for the skin, one for the neck, one for the eyes, one for the lips. Now the one I use this one mostly like around my cuticles, and I keep it by my bed. These are super handy to like throw in your bag, travel with, or keep by your bed. And I use this one every night after I brush my teeth. I jump in bed, I grab this. It's the lip one, and just go over my lips. And I'm telling you, I have had a lot of really good regeneration in my bottom lip, especially I think from using this and maybe the TMP, because my bottom lip was really thin compared to my top lip, and it has really, kind of filled out a bit and regenerated, especially all the skin around it is looking just much smoother and more plump than it was. It was getting a little bit pruny. You know how our lips can kind of prune in as we get older. So in particular, the serum that's in this one is a little goopy, so I kind of give it a half pump, the lip one, because it's a little much. You can really, glop it on. The serums and the others, like there's one for the eyes that I'm out of right now, but I use that at night around my eyes. Really nice to help regenerate that skin there. Anyways, I like these. I wasn't a big fan at first because like I said, the needling is not very intense, and I thought it was kind of just gimmicky. But honestly, after using these, I'm I'm sold. I'm really going to keep that lip one next to my bed because I can see visible results that it's working. Now the next level, this would be level 2, and this might be something you've been using already, is a Dermaroller. And this is just a little device where this ball here, this little roller, has micro needles on it. And this is a 0.25 millimeter. I sell this one, and then I also have a 0.50. And you can use either one of these. This one is actually kind of an old clunky one I have. I don't use it anymore. I have a much nicer titanium one that I use now. But this is very easily rolled over your skin. Now, always do it over clean skin. This is really going to be nice on your face, your neck, your neck, your lips, this hands. This guy is really the mainstay level that you would want to have and use. Now, you can use this every night. You can put your serums, your Sculptra, your lotions and potions over it. And right after you've cleansed, you would do this. Then you would do a little alcohol swish with this to keep it nice and bacteria free, and then rinse it with warm water and put it in its case. And then you can apply your serums right away while your microperforations are technically open, and those will help penetrate a little bit, and you will get a nice collagen induction and synthesis by doing this on a frequent basis. And this one isn't too bad. It's a little funky, like on my hands. I've talked about this before. I don't like rolling on my hands. It's kind of very sensitive to me, but really I can go over my face, my lips, around my eyes even, very carefully, neck, with no problem. You might need to work up to this if you're very sensitive, but honestly, I think with a 0.25 or a 0.50, that is an excellent tool to have in your arsenal, and use it 2 to 3 times a week. I would suggest that. Now, the next tool that we're going to talk about is it's a hot product. You probably have seen it out there before. You may not. Is the Microneedle pen, and this is a very intense product. And this is not this one in particular. This is a little bit lower level one, which I think is great for home use. But there are some higher level ones that are fantastic. You can use them at home if you're skilled and you're savvy with this, been doing it for a while, or that are used in offices. And these can get you some amazing results with collagen, regeneration, synthesis. I'm telling you, the first time I did this, it was a while ago. I did it on my neck, and the lines literally, it was like a Photoshop eraser. They just disappeared as I was doing the treatment. And afterwards, my skin, my neck, my face, everything was so smooth and clear and beautiful. I was addicted to it immediately. Now, the only thing is, you don't want to do these treatments, especially if you're doing the higher end treatment. You can start with a 0.25, a 0.50, just like with the Dermaroller I showed you. But if you're going higher than that, like a 0.75 or a 1.0 or higher, first of all, if you're going much higher, please have it done by a professional in an office. Also, you don't want to do it more often than 30 days. 30 days is when collagen really has a chance to regenerate. And if you do it, say, within 2 weeks of your last treatment, if you're doing a higher level, that's going to essentially stop that collagen regeneration in its tracks and kind of negate the whole thing. Okay, so after those treatments, with the micropen in particular, after your Dermaroller, you can use your serums. After your pen treatment, unless you're doing a very low level treatment like 0.25 or 0.50, don't use any serums or anything like that. What can happen is those microperforations, those serums and things can get into those, cause things called granulomas, and those are little welts and bumps that can develop under the skin if any bacteria or any sort of foreign substance gets in that in there. So you want to avoid, and you don't want to use any of those high-level skincare products unless you're doing the Dermaroller, the 0.25 or something. That's fine. If you're doing a 0.75, a 1.0 or higher, you want to cleanse your skin very well before. You want to cleanse your skin and use that Dermapen treatment. Then you can splash your face with a lot of water and a clean towel, pat it dry, and then really the best things to use would be a hyaluronic acid, a pure hyaluronic acid, something without any fillers, fragrances, anything else mixed in there, just pure hyaluronic acid. Or what's really amazing to use is a vitamin C. A vitamin C is going to be one product that you can use for treatment, that you can use after one of these sort of mid-range micropen treatments, and it's going to give you truly great results. I mean, the skin is bright, it's clear, it's smooth right after these treatments. You could put a little C on and a little hyaluronic over it even. Now, the recovery, the Neogenesis Recovery Serum, which is so stellar, if you're doing a higher level, like in a couple areas, like on a scar or something like that, you can pat a little bit of that on as well. I tend to stick to those other products. I have used the Neogenesis Recovery after a microneedle treatment. I got great results with it, but that's just a personal preference on using that. That is a real, it's called recovery for a reason. It is to aid in any recovery of the skin after it's been wounded essentially by a laser, chemical treatment, a microneedling, anything like that. So that is really what that product is developed to do, and it does a miraculous job at that. But if you're doing another treatment like the 1.0, the 1.5, which I honestly suggest having something higher level done at an office where they know what they're doing, because there is going to be some blood involved, especially at the higher levels. You don't want to mix any product, any serums, any lotions, potions, anything with blood, okay, or any wounds that you have in your skin. You want to follow their directions, whatever they give you at the office, or just and keep it incredibly clean and cleansed. But if you're doing it at home and your highest level you're going to go to is about a 1.0, then you can use the hyaluronic acid and the vitamin C for great results. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you a little bit of an overview to those. If you didn't know already, there's a lot of information out there. It can be very, very confusing, especially if you're just kind of entering this world and you're not really sure where to start. Start either Mesolift or the low-level Dermaroller 0.25. If you want to stair step up from that, the 0.50. And if you've been doing that a while, you're ready for the pen, then start that low and then work up on different levels with that. And again, uber clean skin. Don't use any of your regular lotions and potions. Stick to the ones I just mentioned and you should be fine. All right, thanks so much for watching.